Hello, hi there. Welcome to Guiding Voice podcast series. The Guiding Voice for a better future. This podcast is to help students and young professionals to shape their careers. Dear listeners, in every episode, we interact with industry experts, leaders, coaches all over the world to drive some insightful conversations that will help our audience learn great things. Also, we share an interesting trivia or fun fact about the IT world towards the end of every episode. Thank you for tuning in. This is Naveen and I'm with my co-host Sudhakar. So many times we think about others, care for others and also live for others. And our lives are influenced by the social stigma, social conformity, relations, friends, colleagues and so on. But how many times did we really think about ourselves? Do you know about yourself? Do you love yourself? Did you ever celebrate yourself? In case your answer is no to any of the above questions, this episode is for you. And today we are going to discuss the topic Know Self, Love Self and Celebrate Self. And we are pleased to welcome Sunny to our show today.
Sunny is the co-founder of AHA Education Company, which has spread its wings in over 11 cities across India. He has trained teams on genetic brain profiling in Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Chennai and Coimbatore. Sunny has served over 1,000 families with this specific tool. Sunny enjoys having the beautiful clue of nature to explore our brain. He has spent 7 golden years under the able leadership of Dr. Kiran Bedi and Ms. Neetu Sharma, where he executed the early leadership model for children in the slums, impacting over 15,000 families. As part of Sunny's aim at sharing happiness with everyone and making this planet a beautiful place to live on, he collaborated with Chinmaya Education Cell, which runs over 100 schools and colleges, touching over 1 lakh students. Sunny considers spiritual nurturing and volunteering in Chinmaya mission and value-based education model as a special gift in his life. In these challenging lockdown times this year, he has made over 200 videos, given online interviews in different countries like Singapore, Dubai, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Mexico, and authored 2 books. The first book being Know Self, Love Self, Celebrate Self, and co-authored the second book, that is Stop Teaching, Start Transforming. Sunny, welcome to our show. Let us start this with your wonderful journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really thankful to Naveen ji and Sudhakar ji for a wonderful introduction and inspiring me with warm welcome and a beautiful initiative to help and care.
Excellent. So Sunny ji, you are more popular as Smiling Sunny. How did that start actually?
That started in the school itself. I am a product of Chinmaya Vidyalaya. There are over 100 Chinmaya Vidyalaya schools in India, and they have a school motto, keep smiling. So just a small effort to live up to this beautiful value and motto, keep smiling. And it's very good to smile. So I kept smiling and smiling and smiling. And I love to be cheerful and happy 24/7 without break, not as a part-time hobby.
That is so cool. How did you come up with this title for your book and also your great suggestion for today's episode? Know Self, Love Self, Celebrate Self. It's very interesting though.
Thank you, Sudhakar ji. This came as a God's gift in 2018 when I learned genetic brain profiling. Genetic brain profiling is a beautiful tool to decode God's design, nature's design inside our brain. All the trainers in the world will say we are unique. No one knows how we are unique. Even today, I was reading a post by one of the LinkedIn influencers. He says, I wasted 30 years of my life in knowing myself. So, this mid-nudge genetic brain profiling can decode what is inside our brain in less than 10 minutes, as young as the age of 2. So, we have done over 75,000 scans and I have decoded Dr. Kiran Bedi's brain as well. She is courageous, she is daring, and she is caring. And she has lived all her life like a saint, giving, sharing, caring, founded 2 NGOs. So, this extraordinary daring profile of ma'am, or knowing my own self, it all happened in lockdown that I thought of writing a book, and it was about genetic brain profiling. So, this came up with a very spiritual, philosophical title: Know Self, Love Self, Celebrate Self. And it is also like, it all starts with knowing and then being happy with what you have found, unwrapping the gift and accepting it. And once you accept it, life becomes a celebration. Then you don't need a happy birthday just one day. It is lifetime happiness. It's everyday happiness. It becomes happy every day.
Your smile is contagious and your energy is infectious. I really love the concepts that highlighted so far. So can you explain about what this knowing self is all about?
Thank you very much for being so kind and appreciative. I am thoroughly enjoying to talk on this subject, which is very, very close to my heart, because it has given peace to a lot of families. It has helped a lot of teenagers. It has helped a lot of youth to redirect the path. We talk about Ikigai. We only talk about it because it's there in the book and it's there as a concept from Japan. But we decode it, we measure it, and we tell you how. So knowing self is enlightenment. Knowing others is knowledge, knowing self is wisdom. All great philosophers, all magic happens when I know self, understand self, engage self, and excel to the fullest expression. Now, what is knowing self? Knowing self is knowing what am I. Who am I becomes too spiritual. But know what you are. What are you made of? There are 4 basic elements. We grade us with the fire, earth, air, and water. Let's know, am I a feeler or a thinker? Am I hot like fire, using logic? Am I self-motivated? Or am I a feeler, loving, caring, effective personality like water? It gets heated up, it becomes hot. It is kept in the fridge, it becomes cold and frozen. Or am I like the soil, obedient follower who wants to be treated just like you sow the seed, you nurture, and you make me do anything. You mold me into a beautiful sculpture. Or am I like the air, the diplomatic, a leader personality who is flowing with the flow, who can make us do anything, who can cool us, soothe us, and not blunt and hot like a fire. Knowing self starts with this question, what am I? But that's not all. What can I? We are born with different talents, strengths, hobbies, behavior traits. That comes to us naturally. So it's good to decode them to gain excellence. Not every software engineer is successful. Not every software engineer is happy. In spite of the huge super bank balance, in spite of the foreign location, 3 months tour there and making a lot of money, still there is emptiness. So knowing what am I and what can I gives the best of both worlds. Excellence and fulfillment, success and satisfaction, peace and peace, health and wealth, money and honey. No, money and harmony. To gain the best of both worlds. And Monday should not be a stress, and we should not wait for the next Sunday to come. Let life become a holiday. Let life become a happy journey. When you decode yourself, when you explore yourself, you engage yourself, and then you excel, and then you move towards experiencing enlightenment. You move towards self-actualization, and in the process, you're serving either with your head, logic, or with your heart, caring for people, doing social work, or with your super duper applications that you make to serve people. So what am I? What can I? That is not all. It also talks about small little behaviors, confidence and thoughtfulness. Am I a great planner or am I a great fearless executor? Am I patient or am I self-motivated? Too much of self-motivation becomes impatience. And then independent and cooperative. Too much of cooperative becomes dependent, and too much of independent leads to divorce. Persistence and sensitivity. Too much of persistence is damaging your own self esteem because you hold on to people and tasks. Too much of sensitivity is irritating because you cut off people and you get distracted at work or in family. Are you too accurate or enthusiastic? Yeah, accuracy is good as a cashier. Accuracy is good as a programmer, doing things perfectly. But too much of perfection, too much of resource orientation will damage and will not let you enjoy the wealth you have earned. And then the last pair is friendliness and efficiency. Friendliness is a great quality of a leader where you have beautiful teams, you build relationships, but not a great quality as a manager because you need to adhere to deadlines. So all these behavior traits, none of them is bad. No need to glorify anyone. All of them are required. But balance is Buddha. Balance is peace. Once we discover, we can sit on the right chair, the right department, and we can move on and grow in our life, inside and outside. So that's the key to infinite, eternal, unconditional happiness every day. So that's knowing yourself in short. We do 20 to 30 hours of program talking in detail about the brain lobes. How the Almighty has put the masala in us. And which masala did he use? Because he just threw randomly and it fell in 10 lobes, just like filling the 10 glasses in each of us. So that's why we are different and unique. So nobody superior, nobody inferior. We are just different. So that's the magic and we need to celebrate this. And once we decode, there's a lot of peace because all of us are living our default designs and we hardly come out of comfort zones. And the core doesn't change. We remain sticking to our own designs unless we face some physiological, psychological traumas or accidents which changes us. Unless there is blood coming out and it is troubling us, we refuse to change. And it's a good way to accept your mother-in-law, spouse, father and mother. And it is immense peace for those who have done it. Over to you.
Simply mesmerizing, Sunnyji. A great conversation and great connection with the basic elements of nature. And decoding and aligning with them is a boon. So very, very creative representation to understand. Talking a little bit about yourself. When did you get an opportunity to know about yourself and how did that happen?
Knowing self started in school itself, but we hardly know ourselves because we are only doing hit and trial. And we are exploring ourselves by living in good company, by volunteering in school days, by being in a spiritual school that nurtured me a lot. But knowing your true self happened only after genetic brain profiling, while we matched why am I like this, and it took time to tell the world, look, I'm like this, I'm stingy, or I'm perfectionist, and I want freedom, I'm fire, and I'm consistent. Otherwise, we are thinking that we are wonderful team players. We are born leaders, but that's not the case. We are not perfect. We have our own flaws. And to tell them openly, it needs a lot of guts. To face yourself, it needs a lot of guts. Knowing yourself began in school days, but reinforcing and getting a document, clear document, and having complete self-reflection happened after genetic brain profiling at the age of 2018. I was 34. So it took 34 years for me to get this genetic brain profiling when I met Ratna Swami sir of Midnow Global. He is the co-founder of ThyroCare as well. So that was a magical moment, and whatever I've written in my first book is all about genetic brain profiling. So all thanks to him for the celebration I do every day, every moment. It is because of him, and I share this knowledge only because of him. These are all copy-pasted dialogues. Which has come from him. And one more beautiful thing is, when you discover yourself, how do you fall in love with yourself? Because when you see that others are also struggling, others are also having their design, and you are also not changing, then you say, why are you forcing others to change? Then you just say, okay, great, let's accept ourselves, let's accept them as they are. And when I don't change, why should I expect my spouse, my spice, my in-law, my in-lee, or chittapi to change? So there's no point. Life becomes a celebration after that. And you're thankful to God for what He has given you. What you have is God's gift to you. What do with what you have is your gift to him. So this realization happens faster with genetic brain profiling. And one more most beautiful thing is you start loving your design, you start becoming so grateful for your design because there are so many designs with so many challenges. So your design is having the least challenges. Your design has the least problems, the least stress, and you don't have all the stress of the world. So celebrate. So start living your life fully. Start becoming more grateful for what God has given you and make use of it. And a wise man has said, the work of your life is to discover your gift, to develop it, and the meaning of your life is to give it away. So just do that and celebrate. Thank you.
Sunny ji, you are very humble and open-hearted. Great insights. I had one question. As part of your engagement, with society in all these years with people from various walks of life, is there any incident that is still preserved in your memory for good or bad? I'm sure there will be many, but if we request you to pick one such incident, what will that be?
Oh, there are many. Yes, as you said it right. And I'm thankful to you for being so kind, appreciative. So God took me to Navjyoti India Foundation, and there used to be times where girls used to get married at the age of 14. So it was a very big challenge and there were nobody taking science group. So there came a point when one child took some medicines and pills because she was not given science group. So this was a beautiful shift we saw in the slums where they became motivated to do higher education and they wanted to take up science groups. And then this is one. I'll give you another example. The girl passed 12th standard. She was supposed to get married the next day. Somebody was coming for seeing alliance. So I had gone there to the father's vegetable shop in the vegetable market. So we said, look, your child is given scholarship in this place. She has to go to the city. So I request you to please postpone her marriage. And it did happen. The magic did happen. And she's a banker today and her family changed. She is one of the 4 daughters. And in the slums, there are so many examples where the girl runs away, is eloped. So some of these beautiful incidences, really remain in the heart. And there was another example. I'm, going on and on. You asked me just one, but I can't stop. We started creating boy engineers from the slums. Like till 10th standard, they were into Hindi medium and suddenly they had to study something in English in 11th standard in science in the Delhi government board. So we had some boy engineers, but the joy came when girls studied engineering course. So 2 girl engineers passed about 2-3 years back. And now there is a series. So they are becoming role models. And it's all done by Dr. Kiran Bedi's NGO, Navjyoti India Foundation, in the resettlement colony of Bhavana. Then one more incident came from there. Like there are so many successful stories. One of them is working in Cognizant. One of them is in Dubai, working as a manager. The other one just messaged me a few days back. Sir, I got a job in Punjab National Bank. So I was really, really thrilled. So they are our real success stories and they keep doing so well and they remain in the heart. And we have so many children, so we can love them, we can celebrate them, and we can enjoy everyone's success. So this is the secret of my happiness.
Wow. Secret of success is getting the happiness from others. Amazing. On that component, I actually got interested in this question. You worked with some great names, some real influencers. So how is it the experience to be mentored and partnered and working with the likes of Sri Ratnaswamy, Dr. Kiran Bedi, Ms. Neetu Sharma? What is the overall experience like?
You are just gifted and God chose you for this noble mission. And Dr. Kiran Bedi is very, very loving. Once we were sitting in Dubai in a hotel and the host asked Kiran, ma'am, would you like to eat ice cream? She said no. So everyone in the table said no. Then she looked at me and asked, Sunny, if I take, you will take? I said yes. So then she only ordered for namesake. And she would have taken hardly 1 spoon and every one of us took. So that is the kind of love she has for her team. And she has so much of love for the humanity, well-being. She doesn't like to socialize. She's an introvert. She loves to be in herself. She wants her spiritual growth. That is why they achieve. All spiritual people are successful. Now, you see, she's only sacrificing her time going to, meet NRIs, or only for our salaries, only for the children in the slums, only for the women in growing up in, Gurgaon who are in Parda. But today, those women have also gone to Switzerland for their role model village concept, for their changes in environment concept. They have brought water, they have brought changes in the community, closing down the liquor shops, the problems in Haryana villages, about domestic violence, men sitting after selling their village farmlands. So that is the kind of change Navjyoti has brought. So Kiran ma'am taught us only to give. And she always insisted extracurricular activities, sports are important for girls. So that really drilled in me, and I relate to it because my life has been outside the classroom. Though I was a topper, but what really groomed me was extracurricular activities, serving in Chinmaya Mission, taking spiritual classes. I discovered a teacher in me. Neetu Sharma ma'am is a great boss, the best leader. I've done her brain profile also. So she's a born leader. She gives freedom. She never takes credit. She only takes responsibility for all the failures. She protected us. We never got scolding from Kiran ma'am. Because she was the shield to us. Ratnaswamy sir is the co-founder of Thyrocare. So he could just give up few thousand crores and leave the company and come to Coimbatore. So that is what impressed me a lot. He being spiritual, he giving up, his detachment. Because I come from Chinmaya Mission, I've seen people with attachment. Even, they don't leave the post even at the age of 70, 80. Presidentship, over-attached. So we could see Ratnaswamy sir live that, and he believes in dying empty. He shares all his knowledge selflessly, and he says, when I give away my 100th idea, I get my not first idea. So that is the amount of giving we have learned from these great mentors. Giving is life, don't hide anything, give away. So all three taught the same thing, and they taught us to live in the present also.
It is wonderful to know about Dr. Kiran Bedi, Ms. Neetu Sharma and Sri Ratnaswamy, and I'm sure they would have influenced you very positively, and that's why you are speaking volumes about them. And now talking about what are your tips for the students and the young gen or the young professionals that are aspiring to grow big in their careers.
So I also, had the same question, and I used to ask all my leaders, what is the secret of success? So IBM Daksh, I was working, I asked my trainer, what is the secret of success? So she immediately and simply said, being happy. I said, that I am. So she really meant it, that being happy is the secret of success. So that remains close to my heart. And then the next point is, I asked one of the most successful foreign return, some innovation head in waste management. I asked him, sir, what is the secret of success? So he said, service. I said, sir, I'm an NGO, I'm serving. But then he said, even in material life, even in luxury, even in the wealth, even in the corporate world, the secret is service. Because when you serve, when you give more, you get. And customer delight, thinking of the society. See, Bill Gates thought Windows should be in every home. Windows should be in every computer. That is what happened. And he created that global product. So that big thinking, serving, or iPhone, iPad, should go to everywhere. And they made it happen. Infosys, Tata, they all serve. They all look after their employees. So they are serving employees, they are serving customers, they are serving society. So yesterday one great trainer told me, Sunny, it's win, 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 win. I said, win-win suna hai. But it is win, 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 win. I win, you win, our students win, and the humanity wins. So this is the secret. And be honest, I think values are so important. Values are more important than valuables. Values are valuable, values are invaluable. So that is important, that is to be kept in mind. And be happy, don't forget that. And see, if you want to make big, you can't do without genetic brain profiling. Why? Because not everyone is lucky to discover what you are. Not everyone gets the best of all the worlds. So somewhere I give lot of credit to genetic brain profiling, knowing yourself completely and loving yourself. No one is perfect. Accept it, including you. And leadership also says, leadership is not about you. So the more you expand, become selfless, these little success and all will follow you. Sounds like Nanban movie, no? Three Idiots. Yeah, good.
So, Sunnyji, fantastic insights and inspiring quotes, thought-provoking and very different perspective to life. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights about knowing stuff, love self, celebrate self. Amazing. We really appreciate you taking time today.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the best, and I wish you infinite, unconditional, eternal happiness and love, self-generated, and choose to be happy, choose to love. Don't be a love beggar, and give love not to just 4 in the family, but to some 4 billion, or if the world population is less, give to the ones who are animals and the insects, etc. Just give to the environment also, right? So give. This is the magic of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sunnyji. Very inspiring and thought-provoking. And very, very glad to have you here. And thanks for your time. And wish you all the very best too.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.
Dear listeners, to know more about our speaker and the content, refer to the show notes and visit or follow us on social media. We are practically available on all social media platforms, be it LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Pinterest, and also on YouTube. Just search for The Guiding Voice. And then follow, like, subscribe to us, and also share within your network. Please feel free to email us at The Guiding Voice for You. That is THEGUIDING VOICE 4 as a digit, U as a letter at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on India number 9494587187, and we will be happy to collaborate with you.
Alright, so now let's talk about an exciting opportunity featuring you in this show.
Of late, we have been receiving a lot of career guidance related questions from our regular listeners through YouTube and LinkedIn comments, or be it on WhatsApp and email. Now, we are pleased to open this up, a new mode of interacting with you all while providing a chance to broadcast yourself. If you have any questions related to education, career guidance, or a specific IT field, just send us your voice message, speakpipe.com/theguidingvoice. We will play your question in your own voice along with the answer, either from us or our expert panel in our future episodes. Hope you will utilize this wonderful opportunity.
Alright, so it brings us to the trivia segment of today's episode. And today's trivia is about the most popular social network, which is Snapchat. Do you know? When Snapchat was launched initially in 2011, it was named Peekaboo. But in 2012, it was renamed to Snapchat. I'm not sure how many of you are aware. So that's why we have presented this fact to you. Interesting, isn't it?